Hey guys, Sean Elledge here, Sales Lead Automation. I wanted to run you through a quick scenario that we run into every day when it comes to pulling lists and verifying the data and why this is really important to you. So here's a typical list that we're pulling of HR titles. HR, HRS, talent, procurement, benefits, recruit. And what we're doing is we're adding keywords. So anyone who has this keyword in their job title gets included. In this case, we're looking for director level and above at companies with 5,000 or more employees. So our initial results are just about 41,000 records. So what we'll typically do is we'll download this data and then we'll kind of vet it out, clean it up a little bit. And then what we like to do is actually upload it into Apollo. And I'll tell you why. So Apollo, it's got a really nice, well-organized database. And everyone who uses Apollo, when they email that record, they're also capturing the exhaust data, whether or not the record was valid or not. Now, the only challenge is that if someone emailed, let's say Joni here, and it was 6 months ago, it's going to still show up as valid inside of Apollo when Joni may have left that company 3 months ago. But it's a good way for us to upload our data, append any missing attributes, firmographics that they might have that we don't. But it's also kind of a way to help us determine which of our catch-all records or accept-all records are valid. Because if it worked before, chances are um, it would work today, right? Well, that's the thinking. So this two-step process, we download data from our database, we upload it into Apollo, and then once we get that list back, then we'll upload it and drop that cleaned up list into Email Oversight or any other third-party email verification tool that you use. Could be Bright Verify, could be X Verify, whichever one you prefer. We just have a good relationship with Email Oversight. So after looking at this data, after we download this data, we load it into a campaign. And that's after we took out the spam traps. There are only 3 in this case, some disposable, malformed emails, some complainers. We like to remove those. And the undeliverables, we got rid of those. And we started using the list. And we had a higher than normal bounce rate. It was like 11%. So it threw up a red flag. We thought something's not quite right here. So we took it to Tower Data then, Instant Data. They have a new solution called Instant Data. It's part of the Tower Data verification solutions. And what's interesting about their tool is it's much better better at verifying all records, but especially catch-all records. So if you're familiar with catch-all or accept-all emails, that means if you have the domain right, they don't care about the prefix. It could be Sean at salesleadautomation.com. It comes back as we'll take the email. Even though my email address is selledge at salesleadautomation.com. Same thing like Santa Claus. You can literally try to verify Santa Claus at Microsoft.com. And since the IT department and Microsoft, it will accept any email that it has at Microsoft.com correctly, it's going to take it. So the email verification tools are really limited on their ability to tell you whether a record's good or not. That's where Tower Data's solution really shines. So I'm going to show you the data that came back. Kind of interesting. So there's like 8,000 records that we took. And you'll notice that our first download from our database, then we took it and bounced it across Email Oversight, showed it as a catch-all record, meaning, hey, it's at wall-mart.com. We're going to take it. So it could be anything we want before that. That mail server is going to say, we'll take it. Doesn't mean it's valid. It just means they'll take it. Now, Apollo showed it as a verified email record. So chances are most of the time we could get away with a catch-all verified because we know at one point this person was deliverable or this email was once deliverable. But since we had such a high bounce rate on this campaign, we stopped the campaign and we took it to yet a third party like Tower Data to re-verify it a third time. And you'll notice there is an awful lot of these records and they're all invalid. So complainer, we know complainers, email oversight says, hey, this is a complainer email address. Apollo says it's verified, doesn't even give you a status, whether it's complaint or catch-all or unknown. It just says, hey, we've mailed to this before. And then Tower Data goes, this is a bad email, you shouldn't even use it. We found out that we actually had 1,100 bad records in here. And most of them are catch-all records, as you can see as I scroll through this list. Catch-all records that email oversight or Apollo actually shows as verified, which is actually a bad record. So this campaign was getting crushed by bounce rates and our open rates and reply rates. So luckily we monitor those really closely so we could stop it before we cause irreversible harm to our email reputation. So just a neat little insight to let you see that not every email verification solution operates the same way, and all because you emailed an email address, a month ago or 3 months ago, and it worked then doesn't mean it works today. And the limitations of email verification software in general, where they just can't catch all the valid and invalid records. It's just impossible to do. So pay close attention to that. Hope you find this helpful.